Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie Man here and welcome back to another episode of this Football Manager 2020 save here with FC Twente. We've got one bit of business that happened in January that I need to talk to you about instantly. It's crazy. I'm a little bit sad about it. I'm not going to lie. Maybe you can guess already. If you did guess, leave it in the comments right now. But I'll show you what happened. So it's some sad news to kick off the episode. We have lost Naci. I am absolutely devastated. No, I did not want to sell him. They came in, did Inter Milan, and I'm kind of glad he went to Inter Milan. But they came in and they paid his release clause, which was £54 million. So you can imagine we recouped £54 million, which is absolutely fantastic for the club, and means that we did make some transfers because I couldn't resist. When you receive that kind of money, I couldn't resist. But we are going to miss Naci. I'll show you some of the offers that came in from different clubs. He's been an unbelievable servant to the club, and it's quite devastating that he's gone. He had a fantastic time at the team. Let's look at some of his attributes throughout this season, especially more than most. 6 goals this year. He found his form. This was the best season we've had with him, and it's a little bit of a shame. I miss him. I do miss him, and it's a sad loss. He's a Dutch player as well, which just made it all a bit sweeter. But I did explain that I felt like some players, I said it in last episode, which is crazy how soon this has happened. I said in last episode that certain players now were getting to an age, the wonder kids that we signed, that are probably going to start moving on. They've outgrown the club. So he moves to Inter Milan, a great club for him to go to. I hope he has a good time. We will keep track on his career, and hopefully we don't come up against him and he scores an all-important goal that ruins the save. But good luck, Naci. As I mentioned, we brought some players in. We signed Jules Muffongang. Yep, that's his name. He's got 17 crossing, 14 dribbling, 13 first touch. He's not a Naci replacement, but he's an extremely good left winger with a lot of potential from the Ivory Coast, and I'm extremely excited to have signed him. We only paid 550k for him. It's a fantastic deal. I think he's going to work out to be another one of those players a little bit like Naci, not in the same vein because Naci was definitely better at putting the ball in the back of the net, but in the sense that he will probably go on and make the club a lot of money, if not be a star at the team. That's what I'm praying from Jules. And this is the man to replace Naci. We brought in Francesco Coensao. I've heard about him a few times before. Portuguese player, and Man United has signed him. He hadn't played a single game of football, so we're going to have to find him, ease him in. We're going to have to ease him into some form, but he's extremely good. He's got 14 crossing, 16 dribbling, and like Naci, he's better at finishing the ball. We have been trying to play him on the left-hand side, but cutting in with his right foot hasn't been superb. So what I've kind of been trying to do is play him on the right, and then Batista Meyer on the left, because I know Batista Meyer is good at putting the ball in the back of the net. You saw it in last episode, and you will see that continued to be a theme in this episode. So yeah, hopefully Coensao does very good for us. We didn't spend too much on him. We spent 10 million up front. There's some more money if he plays 50 games, international games, so on and so forth. So he's going to have to prove himself at the club, and at the moment we're kind of just trying to bed him in with the style of football that we play. He hasn't played too much since he joined us, 2 appearances off the bench, but hopefully he'll be a fantastic signing, the Portuguese player. The next Ronaldo, maybe we've got lucky. It's the next Ronaldo. Last but not least are the players that have signed for us now. I've done some future transfers as well, free transfers. You're going to tell me off for them because I went over the top. But we've signed Thomas Butnick, a player who punished me in the first few seasons at Vitesse. He had a very good season so far at Vitesse this year. And I don't know, I just kind of felt like, let's bring him in. He's a very good player. I've been watching him for a long time. We needed a striker, although Sup has picked up performances now, which is fantastic. But we certainly needed another striker. Mateus Arezzo hasn't done what he normally does. And apart from that, we don't really have anyone up top. So Thomas Butnick has come in to fill that gap. We paid about 10 million again. It could rise up to 18, depending on how he does for the club. But I'm excited. 23-year-old Dutch player. He fills the quota as well for Dutch players. So when we do get European football again, which we should get, it's really important that we have players like this that fill that role. I'm really excited about him. And as soon as I saw him, and I saw that we could probably get him for about 15 million, obviously I did some negotiations. I was really excited to see him at the club, and hopefully he'll have a very good career here at FC Twente. So as I did mention, we've got some future transfers coming in. Now we haven't sold, we signed Colin Dagba on a permanent. We'd already done that. It's a great signing, but we've now brought in Billy Gilmore, and this is where you're going to tell me off, guys. You can already see it. I'm a hoarder. We know I'm a hoarder. You can only see one of the strikers, though, which is great. One of them is from Tottenham. I'm hiding him. I will show you him, but I'm hiding him. So guess Guess who is the striker from Tottenham? He's fantastic, actually. We brought in Billy Gilmore from Chelsea on a free. I thought these were all perfect signings, but I do admit I have gone over the top with Dutch players again. And, well, not Dutch players, because I was looking for Dutch players, but I've gone over the top with strikers, definitely. We signed Deschwan Redden from Hertha Berlin on a free. Someone who I really liked in last year's game, so I've signed him again in this year's game. But he's Dutch, so he fills the quota. And the final one is one that I'm extremely happy about. It's Lassana Traore. He is at Spurs at the moment, but hasn't been playing any football for them. I've used him prior, and he's been a goal machine. What have we like this year up top? Goals. Well, Sup has obviously noticed that we're signing these players and found a bit of form, but we've lacked goals, so we brought in Lassana Traore as well. I may have gone over the top and signed too many strikers here and just gone wild. As soon as I saw the list of free transfers, I got a little bit excited and it all went crazy for a moment. It's a little bit of a blur, but we signed a few more players, and if they don't do it, we'll sell them on for a load of money. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll sell them on for a load of money. I don't feel like we lose out that much on signing these kind of players that are free transfers, especially a guy I already know about, and I know that he can bang in goals. So only the free games off camera, and it did go very well until the last game, which I'm still confused about. But let's talk about the 2 games prior to that. We won 4-0 against Nat Breda. And we'd actually lost Naci at this game, and I was a little bit nervous going into it. And then Batista Maya played on the left, where Naci usually plays, and I wasn't nervous anymore as he scored 2 goals. And Sup also got 2 goals as well, so it was a fantastic result. We destroyed them. We then played against Groningen, and we beat them 3-0. Groningen, a team that are very close to us up to the top, and this was just a very comfortable result again. Philippe Batista Maya again scoring, and Sup scoring again. So it was just kind of like, I don't know what's happening right now. Sup's found his scoring boots, and Batista Maya's just become a god amongst men. And then we played against Heracles. Now, Heracles is a derby game, so instantly the lads were up for this. Well, you'd imagine that the lads would be up for this. And in a crazy 5 minutes to start the game off, Cyril scored 2 goals and Sup scored a goal. And once again, just like the Vitesse game against Heracles here, they scored their first 3 shots on target, which were in the first 13 minutes, and we were 3-1 down. So it was a long way back from there. We did make a defensive change. Brokovic came in because Machua's sidedly gone on international for the under-23s, because that's really important to do that. Well done, Machua. And for some strange reason, we did miss Philippe. Well, it's not a strange reason, because he's a superb player, and Seferoza is actually away as well at the moment, so we were missing some key players, but there is no doubt in my mind, especially considering how badly Heracles are doing this season, that we should have done better. We had 24 shots and 13 of them were on target. We dominated the possession. Now, fair to Sup, he did score 2 goals. He couldn't have really done anything else in this game, and Serrano had a fantastic game as well, assisting both goals. It's just very frustrating that Cyril, 9.4, man of the match, out of nowhere in the first 13 minutes, basically won them the game. And we've had these lapses before. We had it in Vitesse, the first 3 shots they had on target, and the game was done and dusted. And we've had it again here against Heracles in a moment that we were in superb form. Now we're going to play Vitesse in today's game, and I'm just, please, don't let this happen. Now, the gap has closed in a little bit, but we did make a bigger gap by beating Groningen. So as you can see, the gap in the table actually is 4 points to Vitesse. Oh, sorry, 5 points to Vitesse. And a win today would take us even further. A win today, in my mind, would take us clear enough that we've probably all but guaranteed first place. Now, I'm not saying that we can't get second place, because PSV aren't having an unbelievable season. Although they've only lost once this year, so maybe I should have added that. So there is still the potential for second place in Champions League football, which would be fantastic. But the main goal, I think, at the moment is just secure third, secure Europa League football. The man that I needed to get Champions League football for has now left the club for 54 million. And I think the team is ever improving. This tactic seems to be working very well. And I can't really complain too much at the moment with the way we're playing. It's just frustrating that we had that terrible result. It did come on the back of making changes, but we need to get a good one. If we bounce back with a win against Vitesse today, although it's not the most important game in the world, it would definitely push me in the direction that we've probably secured third place. Right, so some good news straight off the bat as we're picking the squad. Seferoza is back, Ethan Laird back, and Machua is back, so I'm extremely excited about that. I do fancy our chances today, but it'll be interesting to see how we get on. As you can see, the team overall has been playing out of their skins recently. In the last 5 games, Sup is on an 8.34. Who would have believed that at the start of the season? And look at that. Batista Maya now on 7 goals for the year. Right, so this game went extremely badly last time, so I'm hoping that we survived the first 10 minutes, and then I have confidence that we'll grow into the game and we'll definitely win it. Now, we definitely have our strongest team out, that I could have put out without a doubt, and I'm really excited about the way this team can play. We've been fun and exciting to watch, to be honest with you, for me this season so far. Now, there's been brief moments of that when we play tiki-taka and stuff like that, but we really look dangerous going forward for once, and that's made it really exciting. Serrano, though, has come into the squad where Batista Maya was and has just taken up that role and that mantle superbly. So I'm hoping for more of the same today. 2 assists in the last game. An early goal would be nice for us. We're certainly better at set pieces. And just all round, I think we're better this season. But I am a little bit worried about how the game's going to go today. Although Sup is in fine goal-scoring form. So hopefully we can have something from him. Now, we're going to keep on extended for now. I tend to like playing on extended. And I think until somebody turns around and says, oh, I don't like extended highlights on the videos. I don't like any of you are American, so I don't know why I said it like that. I think we're going to keep it this way because I'm kind of fond of seeing actually what happens in the game and being able to make informed decisions. Clever. I am clever on what's happening as Serrano. Sup! Oh, he's at the crossbar already. Look at that neat play, though, from Serrano to Sup. Holy moly. I mean, the highlights are coming thick and fast to start the game off. I must admit, in the Groningen game, we were 3-0 up within, I think, 30 minutes. Roll over them. Now, this could go the other way. Great save from Veretout. He didn't have the world's greatest game against Heracles. We maybe shouldn't have conceded all 3 if he'd have done better. Seferoza was in there. Saprit Singh. Jemerson. What can we do with the ball now? Nice movement again, though. We're good with our back to goal. Now, signing all these playmakers at one point seemed like a ridiculous decision, but it seems to have paid off in this formation because all the playmakers are the guys that ping these beautiful balls out wide. Ethan Laird, what can he do? It's good to have him back in the team from injury. He's been a big miss. Batista Maya taking up Naci and Vazro. And I mentioned this. Batista Maya has slotted into that role easy, and we're going to give him a clap because we like to give Batista Maya a clap. If you haven't signed this guy, we got him for free on season 3. Actually, we got him for free on season 3, I believe. And he's been fantastic for us. He's had spells throughout all the seasons that we've had him. I think we signed him on loan first and then realised he was going to be a free transfer. I'm loving how we've built this team. Can we get a second goal here? I'm loving how we've built this team over the seasons. It feels really nice to watch this team play now. I know it's taken us a long time to get the team ticking like this season. As we give the ball away and Fernandez, our old player, will go streaming through and score, surely. No. Okay, that is a superb save. That was fantastic. You can't get the ball away in that position, though, or else you're in trouble. Just as I'm talking about how happy I am with how the team is playing, that situation comes up. But it shows you what a world-class keeper could do, and I think it's going to be hard to keep hold of him forever. I've got a free kick here, and you know that's never good news. Oh, it goes over the top. It'll be a goal kick. I'm tempted to change the formation. We do have a tricky 4-4-2 after I've just said how great this formation is. We do have a decent 4-4-2. We may go into the Batista. I thought he was in again there. And Tender. Oh, Serrano. Just can't. This is the biggest issue I have with Serrano. Is him finding the back of the net seems to be a bit of a struggle. Seferoza's first game back here hasn't been superb so far, I wouldn't say. And we've given the ball away again, which is frustrating. We've got to remember that Vitesse have a great team and can score goals, as promises on the ball there. They can score goals for fun. Batista Maya now, though, will be able to go through. And what can we do from this position? Batista Maya, tricky foot. Wow. Less of that, please, Batista. Right, so we've got a corner now. Can we get a corner goal? It's been a while since we scored from a corner, and Jemerson usually is the culprit when the ball does hit the back of the net from a corner. Serrano will pick it back up, though, and Seferoza ends up with it. Singh, can he move it? Benavides. I haven't scored a long shot in a while. Seferoza's not had like one of those massive screamers that he scores. He's actually having a really poor game. Philippe is country mile the best player in that position we've had. I might change formations. He's made 2 mistakes as well, but I'm nervous if we change formation, we'll concede instantly. So I'm going to give Seferoza a little bit of this second half to see if he can sort himself out. I've given him a bit of a dressing down. I turned the airdryer on, hopefully he'll have a bit of a better performance this second half, but we may swap to the 4-4-2. I'm undecided as of yet, but I'm just a bit nervous now in this game. That's a great header from Laird, but there was no one there to pick it up. We are dangerous on the counter, I must admit. Sup has scored quite a few goals on the counter recently. Batista Maya does well there. And it's going to be Serrano, and he does score. I said earlier that he's not good at scoring. He's proved me absolutely wrong, but there's no egg on this face because we're winning 2-0 against Vitesse, and this makes the gap 7 points, I believe. Maths is not my strong suit, but it's definitely 7. And this would be brilliant for the club. Absolutely brilliant. Maybe Russell should save that, but he just gets the right kind of head position. I don't know what that was, but just... it's fine. Right, so they've got a throw in here from a decent position. What can we do? I'm a little bit nervous still because 2 isn't really... is this going to be a red card? What's going on here? I feel like that's got to be a red card decision, right? Ethan Laird's going to get sent off, isn't he? We're about to see Ethan Laird get sent off while 2-0 up, but there's so much of the game left. Says it's... what? Did you see that? Right, so we're going to watch this highlight back again together because a penalty's just been given. Now, Ethan Laird is there. It's got to have been for that challenge. But why does it play on for so long? It's got to have been from that challenge. But however, they've got a penalty now, so the tables have turned very quickly. With a penalty to Vitesse, and now I'm worried again. Now I'm worried because I knew they'd score it. We don't save penalties, and it's now 2-1, and this game has just flipped from what was a really interesting penalty decision, but it is what it is. We'll be fine. Please. We've got a free kick now in a decent position. Oh, it just hits the bar. We're going to make some changes because now they're definitely on top. All right, so I'm going to bring Butnik on and Trevor Chalobah, but I'm really disappointed that Ethan Laird's first game back in the team after injury, he gives away a penalty in such an important game, to be honest with you. That's frustrating. Another goal, and I would start to feel a bit confident again. I'm still tempted to go with a 4-4-2. I feel like we are a little bit safer in the 4-4-2. But Benes hits the post. Oh, that would have been it. I just said earlier as well, didn't I, that we haven't scored any screamers in a while. That would have been the goal, I reckon. What can we do from the corner? Oh, there was a lot of traffic in there. A lot of traffic. Batista Maya puts the ball across and nothing can happen. We've got to be careful in this game now. Well, the clock has ticked down rapidly, but we've got to throw it. What can we do from it? They win the ball back. Mature. Ethan Laird. If Ethan Laird produces the cross that gets a goal, then he's basically saved his bacon. Batista Maya puts that wide. We've had some beautiful opportunities in this game to finish the game off. Be very frustrating if we let them get back in it now. I am going to make another substitute. It will be the final sub, and what we're going to do is I'm going to bring on Mateus Arezzo, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep Butnik at cam for now, but I am tempted to go 4-4-2. I think we're going to leave it as this because maybe we see the game out playing like this, and the clock is ticking down, and that will be it. Game, set, and match to FC Twente. A 2-1 victory in the end, but we made it extremely difficult for ourselves. Thank you, Ethan Laird, by giving away the penalty, although there was some scenes there I didn't quite understand what was going on when that penalty was given. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't have a clue. But we'll accept that, and it gives us a decent point gap now. We're still a point behind PSV and 3 behind Ajax, but they're really not the goal this season. If we get anything higher than 3rd now, that would be amazing. But to be honest with you, the pressure of getting Champions League football has kind of disappeared a little bit because Naci isn't at the club anymore, kind of forcing that issue. And this is a fantastic win and a bounce back after the Heracles defeat, which was so frustrating, and the 3-0 defeat last time out to Vitesse. It's very good to beat them on their patch. Right, guys, well, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Another good victory on a live com. We're going to go through now and play a stretch of games. We do have Ajax and Feyenoord coming up, but I'm not sure. I think we'll come back for PSV. I think that could be an interesting one. I have no idea what the results are going to be like. We are at home for both games, and as we know, Feyenoord aren't having the world's greatest of seasons. We really need to pick up some points from those games, but I'm not sure we can get the dramatics that we had last time against Ajax, where we scored some beautiful goals and managed to beat them 3-2. We'll see what happens. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for supporting this series. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your faces, and I shall see you in the next episode. Stay safe, guys.